live on Facebook on your page.
All right, we should be live on Facebook on my page. Check it out.
Check it out, man.
Make sure you can hear everybody.
I seen him at the Hackensack Main Street Comedy Club in the 80s.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Him and Joey Cola. He was featured
yeah?
back then.
Down south, he's Joey
Can you see
Pop.
us, Jack? You're
How
waving.
come my hands aren't moving? Is
Stop!
this-
Stop waving. You're making me seasick.
No, but on my phone. Oh, now I'm like
There we
2
are
minutes
now.
later.
Is that better? Is that,
Oh yeah, there's a delay.
2 minutes.
is that
okay.
better? Can you see that picture better?
We're on.
Funny, there is a delay.
Okay, so we can start the show.
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up, Doug. All right, bye. Welcome to Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max. I'm Tom Mongelli. My partner Doug Max will be calling into the show. He's in Virginia tonight, baking a ham. Who's calling? And we have special guests today. We have the incomparable Rich Carucci,
Hey,
comedian and all-around nice guy. We have Jack Irwin from J. Irwin Productions.
Jack Hoffman.
Jack Hoffman. I'm sorry. What did I say? Irwin? Isn't Irwin your middle name?
It is my middle name.
All right. Could you give the folks your social security number too?
1-800.
And our other guest is Carl E. Haupt.
No, Carl.
Oh, just plain Carl. Carl.
Yeah.
Okay. He likes to be called Carl. Anyway.
On the lamb.
Yeah, so Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max is broadcast live from Hamilton Studios the second and fourth Tuesday each month at 9:30 p.m. Jersey time, and is sponsored by J. Irwin Productions. Phone call already? It's Doug. Keep him on hold. Sponsored by J. Irwin Productions. If you're booking a comedy show, contact Jack Hoffman at jack@jirwinproductions.com. And we have on our screen, there should be our call-in number. If anyone would like to call in, it's 609-807-2492. And if you need to contact us or would like to contact us by email, you could get us at funnytalkmm@gmail.com. And you're watching us either on Facebook. We're also on YouTube after the show, and Hamilton Radio HR2. So, without any further ado, I would like to introduce our special guest, Rich Carucci.
hey, how you doing, people?
All right.
Hey, Rich.
Rich Carucci.
All right, thank you.
So, Rich, how long you been doing comedy?
18 years
18 years. Oh, my God. In a row?
in a row.
Wow. That's
This
a long
time, I started earlier and then stopped, but this has been 18 years in a row.
Wow. And how did you get into the business?
My grandfather was a comedian, so I'm
Nice.
second generation, and I was a childhood actor. Actually did a bunch of Chef Boyardee commercials. I was on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Nice.
Clown Around, it was the Easter special. It was like, I think 1972 was his last year on the having the Ed Sullivan Show.
So you're the reason he went off the air.
Yeah, I peaked at third grade. And yeah, Tiny Tim, Chuck McCann,
Wow.
Lucy Arnaz. Yeah, it was a whole cast of cool people.
And you.
And me, dressed as a clown, and I hate clowns.
Depends how you cook them.
Well, I wonder what goes
Hey,
through
this
people's,
tastes funny.
wonder what goes through people's lives to make them want to be a clown.
Yeah. Or a comic, for that matter.
Ugh, well, mental illness.
So, how, you have the nickname the Steamroller of Comedy. Give us the background on that. How did you get that nickname?
I bombed terribly at Gotham Comedy. When I first started doing comedy, I didn't realize that there was different stuff for different venues.
Yeah.
That stuff wasn't going to fly in certain places. And I did a show at Gotham Comedy Club. And it was a bringer show, and it was sold out. Jessica Kirsten ran it. She ran good bringer shows. It was packed. And you had the one area where all the comics sat, and everybody was nervous because you're trying to get your 5 minutes down. You brought a bunch of people. I had 2 tables full of people. And I'm like, all right, this is going to be great. And I go up, and it's just not working. and it's going bad. And you know it's going bad when no one's laughing except the other comedians that have to come up after you.
Yeah, that's never
and
a
they're
good
screaming and laughing. And I am eating my ass up there, a big ass sandwich. And I'm panicking, and I'm going, what the fuck's going on? And the more I'm bombing, now that they're yelling at me, now I'm just getting dirtier and dirtier. The more they're yelling, I'm cursing, I'm trying everything. And it's going so bad. They're screaming, get off, you suck, you stink, boo, boo. Felt like I was up there forever. It must have been about 5-7 minutes. The host, Dean Abadallah, had stepped outside for a minute. So I got off. And he goes, wow, that was great. I go, what do you mean that was great? He goes, everybody was screaming. I said, did you hear what they were screaming? He goes, no, I was in the other room. I go, they were screaming, you suck. He goes, oh, I didn't hear that. So I get done there, and I'm like ready to quit life, never mind comedy. I'm humiliated. I'm just like, this was horrible. And this Tom Teska, who wound up changing his name to Tom Hudson, who no longer does comedy, goes to me, my God, you were just like a steamroller. The more they yelled and screamed, you just kept going. You just kept going. He goes, I would have left the state. You just kept going. So I was doing other shows around the city, and all those comics that were sitting there watching me that night, whenever I'd be at another place, they're like, oh, that steamroller guy's here. He's going up first. Awesome. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to bomb like that. I knew there was difference. Because it's funny, I left Gotham that night ready to quit comedy. And I went to Bloomfield. Look at me bragging. And there was a place. It was called Pianos, but before that, it was something else. Hathaway's on Broad Ave.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Hathaway's, and I went there. Mickey Loesch ran a show there. It was started 11:30 at night on a Saturday night. Now I walk in this place, and I'm ready to quit comedy, but I'm going to try it again. It's the same night. I walk in there. There's 2 chicks dirty dancing in the bar. I look around. I go, now we're talking. So then I had to go in the back room, and I did the same set that I did at Gotham, and it went well.
Really?
And I was like, oh, shit, now I get it. Different stuff for different places.
See, I was going to go with the stage name Tom the Bomb Mongelli.
Tom the Bomb. I like that. It's tough, though, because once you get a nickname, you can't get rid of it.
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
All through high school, everybody knew me as Monjo,
Monjo.
including the teachers. There were teachers
Instead
that
of
didn't know
Mongo,
my
they called you Monjo?
Well, in junior high school, when that movie came out, they called me Mongo.
Doug is trying to get our attention.
Oh, I was.
Is he?
Can you hear me?
I thought that was
you-
the
could
Lord.
you bring
I thought that was the Lord speaking to me. You could all hear that?
That's it. God is called in.
Rich,
Hey.
go to the mountain of the Lord.
And jump off.
Sounds like Doug to the max.
You'll see a burning bush. You remember when your bush was burning? Remember that, Rich? Oh, yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that you reminded me of my show at Gotham, where not only did I blow the light, they turned off the microphone on me. I just kept on going.
That's
until I
awesome.
was done.
I wish they would have done that to me.
The only way he got on stage is he blew the booker.
What was her name?
So, Doug, where are you right now?
I'm in a deep
I am
hole.
in beautiful Suffolk, Virginia. I'm conducting a training seminar for the Navy.
Wow.
It sounds like he's in.
Is that the American Navy?
Yeah, why do you sound like you're in the hull of a ship?
I think that's
Yeah,
us
I was
too.
going to tell you, talk with Doc about that.
Doc, what can we do about that?
Is that the American Navy?
No, you know,
Hang on, wait a minute. I think they're surfacing now. Hang
you know,
on.
Italy doesn't have a navy. The ships are lopsided.
Yeah, don't tell them who they've got involved teaching them how to write more effectively.
I'm with the Somalian pirates right now. I'm doing a cruise for the Somalian pirates. It pays well when you get all the food you can eat.
You know who works at an Old Navy? Old sailors.
Probably true.
Oh my God.
So while we're waiting for Doug to come up with something nifty to say, Carl, talk to us. What are you here for?
This is Rich's
How did you
show.
get in?
He is the guest.
Oh, no, you are too. Come on.
Well, I'm here as a shameless plug man.
Okay.
Because we are all going to be on a show, the Promote Your Podcast comedy show at Scotty's.
Scotty's Comedy Cove in Springfield, New Jersey.
March 24. There's going to be 6 podcasts. Let's see. Dysfunctional Podcast with No Filter Paul and Denise.
Oh, I love Paul.
We know that, right? They just fight on that show.
Just cancer!
There's 2 guys from Jersey.
Right.
Who are those guys?
They are actually 3 guys, right? It's Aaron Wahlberg,
Right.
Chris de Blasio, and a guy named Rocky, who's not my friend on Facebook.
I understand.
And I
Rocky
can't
doesn't.
fix that.
Rocky doesn't do stand up.
That's right, and
So
I have
that's
to
why
stand.
He's a boxer.
And where are they from?
They're from
Westchester, New York.
Jersey. That's the answer.
I was kidding.
the 2 guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little behind. So they're gonna.
I'm a big behind.
What an ass.
I think of you more as a big front, but okay.
Turn the other cheek.
Also, there will be Jeannie
all
Sagan Knoll.
Jeannie Knoll.
Now, Jeannie Knoll's really not got a podcast, but I consider it a podcast. She's the first person I invited. It's a Facebook show she does live between a bush and a fence.
Right.
And let's see, there will be funny talk with Mongolian Max or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
And let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube, straight out of Mutiny Radio San Francisco, with my friend Mike Spiegelman.
Okay.
I don't think I forgot anybody.
That's an Irish name.
The man went to Brandeis University. That's a
Oh,
hint.
you're forgetting Uncomfortably Funny.
And the Uncomfortably Funny podcast with Dave Hodge, Anthony Enos, and Shay
Farrell. I thought it was penis. No?
He does have one, but I think he goes by Enos nowadays.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, that's
It's Ennis.
Ennis.
spelled N-S.
Anus.
Penis.
I didn't say that. Okay, so last thing, it's Sunday, March 24, 7 p.m. Doors open 6:30. You can get tickets. You go to Eventbrite. I mean, we'll put a link in the podcast, but you go to Eventbrite and you just start searching for Promote Your Podcast Comedy. It'll pop up.
Should be a good show, despite the fact that Doug and I are on there. Right, Doug?
Yes, and can I also say that we've created a charity fund for our Romanian fans who want to come.
Both of them?
I love their lettuce.
Now, Doug, you often message me that you cannot share my links and jokes and memes or whatever about this show because of a privacy setting. But meanwhile, everybody left and right of me is sharing, and I've searched for this privacy setting, and I'm wide open, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Carl wants to swing.
He's wide open.
And nobody will swing with him.
I've been searching
Carl,
for the
it
setting.
might have been that you weren't friends of our page or vice versa or something like that. So your setting was, such that it wasn't, others might have shared it because they were already friends with yours, but a Funny Talk might not have been your friend or something like that.
Understood. We'll try to repair it off air.
Well, I think we should spend the rest of the show figuring it out.
Yeah.
Me too, but
On air.
Tom's not into it. I'm all about it.
Folks,
Now,
I'm getting
Doug.
some message here on Facebook that there seems to be a lot of echo and
Echo,
feedback
yeah.
and all. Okay.
Uh-oh. There's
I'm going to tell him.
Corporate is working.
too
on
much
it.
girth in this room.
Yeah.
This is the girth of the blues.
This is starting a whole new, what do you call that? Gravitational pull on the earth.
It's tilting on its axis.
Well, while we're plugging, what's your name?
Jack off.
Jack.
Thank you. I'll get
Wait,
it.
let me see what my name is. My mother wrote it in when I went to camp.
I'll get it right one of these times. Do you want to bring up some of the shows that you got going?
Okay, and I'll bring up dinner too. March 21st.
March 21st.
You and Doug are part of a great comedy night with 6 top comics in the region. And we're going to be doing a fundraiser up in Rockland County
That's good.
for the Parents Aid Fund. And we have Joanne Fallon.
Oh, she's awesome.
Anthony Marsalisi,
Okay.
Helene Witt,
Love her.
and Adam Oliensis.
Adam.
And let me read how tickets are available. Just go to my page on Facebook or to jirwinproductions.com and you'll get the link there how to buy tickets. Tickets are-
Elaine Witt's a
Yeah.
great name for a comic.
and
She's
is
a sweetheart.
She's a classic wit.
Yeah.
She is.
Well, you're half right.
That's coming up on March 21st. That's Thursday.
And that's a pasta
First day
night.
of spring.
Homemade pasta.
Oh, it's an evening of comedy and homemade pasta.
You can't go wrong there.
Has all kinds of possibilities. It
Yeah.
really does.
Possibilities.
Now that must be pasta primavera. That's the first day
Everyone's
of spring,
gonna
May
get
21.
sauced.
Oh, he's
Okay.
right. He brought up a good point.
Very good point.
This one time.
If you wear a hat, you can cover it up. So,
We're
And
from
on April
France.
11th,
April 11th.
okay, at the Saloon in Pearl River,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
we will have Chip Ambrosio and I are co-producing Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Also on my Facebook page. This will be a fundraiser for the Pascack Valley Dugout Club, which is the baseball league.
Not the Doug Max Club.
Out.
This is dug out, yes,
Oh, okay.
as opposed to dug in.
Okay.
We go with the Milk Duds.
Well, speaking of plugs, I had one other plug that I would like to put in.
Please
And
do.
It also includes me and Doug. We might as well just friggin' get married at this point. It's
I
at
thought
the
you did already.
A lot of people do. The Alpha Comedy Club is at Jim Dandy's in Rutherford, and it's going to be me and Doug and Anthony Anthony Ennis, and Alex Cedric, and John Conti.
Very good.
I love Anthony's promo photo. He's coming out of a porta potty.
Yeah,
Clearly, he didn't flush.
right.
Or wash
Or wash his hands. Normally he's coming out of a closet, but it's all right.
John Conti.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in years.
I haven't worked in him in a long time.
He was
Where exactly is that show?
Oh, this is at Jim Dandy's restaurant in Rutherford.
Is
And
that downtown Rutherford?
downtown Rutherford, March 23rd. Show starts at 9. You can get tickets on eventbrite.com, $12 online, $15 at the door. And it's a BYOB place.
Everywhere in that town is,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It's a dry town?
I used to work right around the corner from this place at South Bergen Mental Health Center.
Look at you bragging.
I know, right? I worked with psychotics back
You
then.
could have got comics
I
right
thought you
from
were
there.
I thought you were the waiter there.
Yeah.
You serve soup to nuts.
Oh,
Damn.
waka, waka, waka.
Can't get any older than that
Oh,
joke.
Jack, we have a phone call. Who's our caller? Welcome to Funny Talk.
Hello, Funny Talk.
What is that, a beehive?
It's a Martian transmission.
Come again? That's what she said.
Yes,
Oh.
first time caller, long time listener.
Identify yourself, please.
I am from outer space.
Is this Doug?
That's very general. It's a big universe.
That's it.
That's true. Anyway,
Hey, listen.
yeah.
Listen. I want to hear more about this Rick Carucci guy.
Yeah, Rich Carucci. I wanted to
Is
bring.
he here?
He's still here.
That sounds like Doug
Is he
again.
on the first bill?
I wanted to ask Rich.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Don't say wait to a bunch of fat guys.
I know
Waiter.
what you're planning on asking him, Tom. Before he runs, I want to ask Rich two questions.
Uh-oh.
His favorite joke of his own, and his favorite joke that he's ever heard.
That's putting him on the spot.
I heard a great joke today. Some guy at my job said, I'm leaving because I've been there for 26 years. He goes, it's the end of an era. I said, yeah, I've been here a long time. He goes, no, I mean an era. That fucking made me laugh. And that's just a regular guy, not even a comic. He cracked me up. My favorite joke that I do? Oh, man. I don't know. Oof. I would say my divorce stuff. It's more than one joke. I just like the divorce stuff because it really means a lot to me. I had to go through a lot of shit to come up with this fucking material, but
From the heart.
it's from the heart. I mean, it doesn't do as well, but I love it, and I always go. I don't care if you people like it or not.
I always
It's
liked
not
your.
for you.
I always liked your moose.
I took up hunting last week. I shot my first elk.
Yeah.
You should have saw the rest of the lodge members around. Or the other one, my brother married a trophy wife. Unfortunately, she was last place. That one I like. Voss laughed at that one too.
Really. That's awesome.
No, a joke of all time. I mean, we've got a million comics out there.
Joke of all time. I don't know, man.
Aristocrats.
I tell you what, I'm a big Rodney fan, so Rodney's got about 1,000 of them to hit you with in 20 minutes. I've got to see him live. I was a big fan of Rodney's. Big fan of, Red Fox,
Okay.
Buddy Hackett.
Ruskin Pops.
I loved Buddy Hackett. Of course, Pryor. Love for
Can I tell
Kinnis.
you my Buddy Hackett story?
Sure, it's your show.
I think I'm confident it was Buddy Hackett, where he told Dick Van Dyke that what he'd do to get a woman, he'd turn away from her and pull a nostril hair out, and it would bring a tear to his eye, so she'd think he was being sincere.
You sure that wasn't Shecky Green?
Yeah, Shecky Green.
I'm sure.
Shecky's
It was
still
either
around, too.
He had a
Buddy
great-
Hackett or Maury Amsterdam.
Shecky Green has one of the best jokes too. When he says, Frank Sinatra saved my life. He told his friends to stop beating me up. That's a great joke.
I wanted to ask you, Rich. I know yesterday was Shemp Howard's birthday of the Three Stooges.
It was
and
his birthday.
That's right.
Yes.
What were some of the old-time comics and comedy teams and comedic
Abbott
actors?
Costello. I was a big W.C. Fields fan.
Okay, I was too.
Yeah, I loved Abbott Costello, Three Stooges. I mean, you used to watch Abbott Costello Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings.
Right.
I'm sorry. Little Rascals, nothing better than Little Rascals.
Oh, yeah.
The original ones.
Yeah.
Bowery Boys.
Bowery Boys, yeah, with Satch. And,
Horace Debussy Jones.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you listening, we are going to have on our show shortly Shemp Howard's great granddaughter or granddaughter. I think it's the granddaughter.
You said two granddaughters.
Right, and her sister, so the two granddaughters.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we already had Brad Server on, who's Curly's grandson.
Does he have hair or is he bald?
He looks a lot
He
like
looks
him.
like Curly. He looks like Jerry.
Yeah. Yep.
Just wondered.
I just want to shamelessly plug that my podcast, Let's Watch a Full-Length Movie on YouTube, just saw Stooge Mania last week. So if you go to mutinyradio.fm, you can
Really?
catch that. It was a horrible movie. That's why we did it.
Now, there's supposedly a Three Stooges museum in Philly.
I don't know about
It's
that.
open like 3 hours a week.
Stoogium.
It's all ballpoint hammers and
Yeah, right.
pool cues and bowling
You
pins.
call up and you say, "Are you open?" And he says, "Certainly."
Certainly. You know who else has got great jokes? Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright has
love
great
Stephen
jokes. Yeah.
Love Stephen Wright.
Craig Scharf used to have those kind of jokes.
Yeah.
I had a friend, Candy. She was a stripper. When she died, her life flashed before everyone's eyes. I remember Candy's last word. I remember Candy's dying words. I don't want to die. The Craig Scharf. He doesn't do comedy anymore, unfortunately. He was great.
Mitch Hedberg was
Oh,
very
Mitch.
similar
I used to
that.
do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
My favorite Stephen Wright joke was I came home to my apartment to find somebody had replaced everything with
Exact duplicate.
exact duplicate.
I got home the other night. I put my car key in the door by mistake. I turned and it started up. So I drove the building around the block. The police pulled me over and said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Right here." He's a wacko. After his show, he puts on giant ski gloves to shake hands. He's crazy. Also, I'm a big Doug Stanhope fan. I got to open for him once. It was a dream come true.
Really?
And then we drank beer. Me, him, his manager, Johnny McCarthy, Brendan Walsh, who was also a nice comic out of L.A. We got hammered.
You got hammered.
We all did. Even
Hard to believe.
McCarthy, we almost had to choke him out. You know Johnny.
Oh yeah.
The old comedians used to drink a lot, but Buddy couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
Security.
We might be able to get Buddy's son Sandy on one of these days. I've met him several times.
Buddy Hackett's.
Yes.
Ask him about when he did the cruise, Sandy. From the story I heard, the cruise director, told him you have to be clean. Your father's act is filthy. He said, I have my own act. I'm not going to do my father's act. And he did his act, and it didn't go over well, so they had him taken off the boat because they take you right off the boat. So supposedly the boat comes back at the port, and Buddy Hackett's there. And he goes, I want to talk to the entertainment coordinator right now out here. And the woman comes out. He goes, do you know who I am? Yes, Mr. Hackett. You're a big deal in Hollywood. You're a big deal out here. Blah, blah, blah. You have some fucking nerve with my son. Blah, blah, you. She said, you know what? On that boat, I'm a big fucking deal. So just told him, go F yourself.
Right. Speaking of Abbott and Costello, he played Lou Costello in that movie, Bud and Lou.
That no one likes.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. With Harvey
Costello's
Korman.
daughter, Patty, hated that movie.
Really?
Yeah. She was on the show a few times.
It's always good to read books about, Otto Peterson told me, always read about comics that came before you, what they went through and everything. If you read Costello's story, he about gave up. He was living on oranges. He had enough money for one meal.
Well, he went out to Hollywood to try and become an actor,
And he couldn't do
and
it.
he couldn't hack it.
He couldn't hack it. Boo. So he's coming back, and he sees a plate, and he had enough money to get a meal. So he got a meal. He walked out. There was a sign that said, what did it say? Danish comedian wanted.
All right.
So
yeah.
he went in there, and he got the job, and that's what kept him going.
Yep.
But always read about all the other comics.
I think it was an Ammon Danish that got the job.
And don't read the books like what's Don Rickles waited till he was 80-something years old to write a book. He had nothing bad to say about anyone. I want to hear how Frank Sinatra threw a chick through a plate glass window. That's what I want to hear. And Rickles loved everybody. When you're 80-something years old, you're just glad you're still alive, so that you don't have a bad thing to say about anyone.
Really. Now.
And he was the king, Rickles, the king.
Oh yeah.
I got to see him at the Pack.
I saw him at Westbury with Joan Rivers.
The Joan Rivers, the Queen.
I saw him in Casino. The man was not funny.
No, but he played a good part.
He did.
I got to see Kinnison live twice. Dangerfield, got to see him on Broadway. You know what's funny? Bob Nielsen was opening for him.
Bob Nelson.
I'm sorry. And then I got to open for Bob Nelson.
I opened for him
very
twice.
nice.
I got a tape out of it because I had to work clean. I go, Bob, this is a big deal for me. And I'm going, I came to see you one night on Broadway, and these guys got thrown out. He goes, that was the Thursday night, blah, blah. He knew the whole
Knew the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He's no nicer guy.
I opened for him at Parks Casino, and the very next day.
And he said, thank you for getting the door.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The very next day, Gene Nagel called me and asked if I wanted to open for him at the Comedy Cove.
He said, yeah, good. Can you get him for me?
Yeah, right.
So wait, Gene used to do a stand-up act there?
No, he books the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Open for me, I heard. So I guess he's got a call. The one I loved and saw before he went was Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie Bear.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's a comic?
Guys, from the Muppets.
From the Muppets,
I know,
man. I love the Muppets. I love the Muppets.
Can you rewind a wait?
Charles
erase
Grodin.
That last bit.
Charles Grodin was on the Muppets.
Was he?
He did the one Muppet. If you could act with the Muppets, you can act anywhere.
They had a great
Charles' daughter Marion is a great comedian.
She is.
Yep.
She's also a tutor and a teacher for comedy.
Teaches comedy.
Speaking of comedy, comics have highs and lows throughout their career. What's kept you going all
I have
this
highs
time?
and lows throughout the day, man. But
Yeah, but your blood sugar doesn't
you know
count.
what's funny? When I first I was back in Jersey, and I took a class at Stand Up New York. So in the meantime, I'm doing all these mics and stuff. I'm waiting. I go to Stand Up New York. It's packed. Whatever it fits, 120 people, 150 people. It's packed. I go up. I remember it was Elvis's birthday. I go up, and it's my first time in a really nice club in the city. I go up, and it goes great. It goes great. I was supposed to do 5 minutes. I did 4.5 minutes, and I ended on an Elvis impersonation. How hacky is that? And it went great, and I had a tape of it, and I'm like, tomorrow I'm going in. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to Hollywood. That's it, honey. Pack up. We're leaving. So then after that, it must have been for 6 months straight. I'm bombing. Every time I get on stage, I go, what the hell am I doing wrong? If I didn't have that tape with me, and I'll tell you what, I took that tape everywhere I went. People didn't even let me come to their house no more. Like, he's going to show up with that fucking tape, isn't he? And I'm showing up everywhere. Hey, want to see a tape? And I tell you what, for 6 months straight, I bombed. If I didn't have that tape, which I lost now, I would have never kept it up because I go, this is not for me. And then it started going a little better, and then, it's hit or miss. But
Well, I've been doing comedy for 7 years, and I think I've quit in my head about 12 times.
I've quit a bunch of times, but now, starting in 53 days from today, I'm going to be doing it full time. I'm leaving my job, retiring, comedy full time. Yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
Awesome.
26 years. I'm starting with a tour of Florida with Rich Schultes. Then we go to Vegas, me and Mike Jenkins, and then who knows.
You know, what's funny, Rich, is that story you told is both your high and low
Yeah.
in one story.
One story.
Yeah.
Talk about brevity.
Well, when you're psychotic, that happens. Plus, I'm on my third marriage. I mean, the highs and lows,
You meant on stage, right?
Right.
Now, is Doug still on the line?
I am. I was going to say, I wanted to say that when Rich was talking about him having a great tape and then bombing, it made me think, how great would it be just to take a great tape, go up on stage and play it for everybody and stand there. I'll play it on my phone. I'll hold it up to the microphone.
That's what Al the
I've got a
Sicilian
good
guy
tape.
does. He puts a video on of his act, and then he talks about it. And
Who's
he
this?
fills
Yeah.
Al the Sicilian guy, and he packs places.
Really?
Hundreds of people.
Wow.
And he created his persona on YouTube.
On YouTube by doing, he does all Italian, all Sicilian. He does he'll do a skit, all in Italian. Then he comes up, talks about it, and then does jokes in Italian. I hosted his shows, and I'm the only one that didn't speak Italian on the whole show. I said, I don't know what they're saying, but this guy's killing.
Tom, you know a little Italian, right?
I only speak
Pasta, linguine,
Yeah, I speak Italian menu.
focaccia.
Wait a minute, your Aunt Mary, she's a little Italian.
That's the joke I was setting you up for.
Okay.
I ran with it for you.
Jack picks up
I used to only know the curse
The
words.
lowest hanging fruit, that's what I go for.
Oh, I had a few questions that Doug asked me to ask you.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, what was it like on the set of the Brady Bunch, and did you ever make out with Alice?
Doesn't that picture look like my headshot from when I was a kid? That's what my cousin used to tell. My cousin's Donny Osmond. She used to tell everyone. Look, here's a picture.
Well, the follow-up is along those lines. When you did the commercials for Chef Boyardee, did they pay you entirely in canned ravioli, or do you attribute your Rubenesque figure to alcohol alone?
I was a skinny, tiny little kid. I didn't gain weight till not too many years ago. But when I did the Ed Sullivan thing, we took all the money, and we were the original take the money and go to Disney World.
Oh, yeah?
But we had to drive there in a station wagon with 13 fucking people. That's the kind of money I made.
Did you get a lot of Chef Boyardee to eat at home?
We
As a
did.
craft?
Now, the clip that I found on it, you were eating Chef Boyardee with chicken.
Is that what it was?
I think
New
so,
chicken
yeah.
flavor.
And then I had one where I had to do a sing happy birthday to a gingerbread pizza. I remember that one. And I was missing my front teeth, so I kept blowing the candles out. They said, listen, just lip sync, which they just move your lips. Don't. I only got that commercial because my sisters had won a beauty contest in Palisades Amusement Park, Little Miss America.
I remember
back then,
Palisades.
and the prize was to be in a commercial. So they went to the city. I was in the waiting room. I remember I had a Super Bowl, and I'm just hanging out there playing. And somebody walked out and looked at me. They said to my mother, "Would he like to be in a commercial?" My mother goes, "You want to be in a commercial?" I go, "I don't think so." And they said something. And my mother goes, "Hey, you get money, you can buy toys. Toys? I'm in." And I could have. And I was late to have the pizza cake, so I said, "Yeah, why not? Shit, let's do it."
There you go.
And then I wound up getting more stuff, and I did some plays. I did other stuff,
You
dance.
did the Ed Sullivan Show.
Did the Ed Sullivan Show.
The Easter special.
Got off of work, got out of school for a month to film that.
Wow.
It was wonderful. My grandfather came with me. He was in heaven.
Now, your grandfather was in vaudeville.
He was in
as a
vaudeville,
comic.
yeah. He was song and dance man.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, and jokes, everything in Italian. Boy, it proves that a comic only needs one person for an audience. Because I was a kid, he'd watch me, and he would do his act every day. Then when I got in high school, I had parties. He would come down he lived upstairs, and he would do his act for all my friends. And my friends would always go, "Where'd you get this guy?" And I go, "It's my grandfather." "No, really. How much was he?" I go, "He's my grandfather. He's doing bong hits and drinking with the kids and everything, and he's like 70 years old." My mother's going, "Stop getting your grandfather high." I go, "He's 70 years old. It's not me, it's them. Look, they're smoking it with him."
Now, here's the Doug question. Is it true Ed Sullivan was in actuality a sinister robot whose world domination plot was failed by Scooby-Doo and his gang?
Only in that episode. He was a nice guy.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
He seems stiff on TV.
Yeah, but everybody was nice around kids back then.
Now,
As long as they weren't theirs.
yeah, right. Somebody told me that Ed Sullivan was part of what they called the Irish Mafia on television. And it consisted of him and Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas.
Yeah, they all ran it. Yeah.
Walter Winchell, I guess.
Maybe.
They ran it back then. He made the rules. He'd tell people, "Come
I
on,
think
don't do this.
Gleason,
Don't
Jackie
do that.
Gleason.
Don't do this." Jackie Gleason, that's the greatest ever.
All right.
But yeah, Ed Sullivan, on his show, he was the one that made the rules, if you notice. He, the Doors and,
Yeah.
the Stones, he told, "Don't say this, don't do that."
Uh-huh.
Back then, TV was, now, Jesus Christ, you look at a commercial now, they're naked selling, aspirin. Back then, you didn't see that shit.
Really. It's a
They didn't
pain
even
in the-
sleep in the same beds on TV. They had
That's
different
right.
beds.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke.
Just like
on
my
all the
grandparents.
Right.
My grandparents had separate rooms. I thought it was great. I go, "Where do you sleep, Poppy?" He goes, "That's my room." And Grandma has her own room. "Yeah, that's her room over there." I live in his spirit. Me and my wife, we have different houses. We're about 1.5 miles from each other. I told her, "Listen, I want the best of you, not the rest of you, all right? When you're in a good mood, you come over. When you're not, you stay the freak home." I got the washer and dryer at my house, so she has to stop by once a week.
She went to the gym today.
She puts a load in there, I put a load in her. Boom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we try to get along. For the kids' sake. Not our kids. We don't have any, but some kids.
But she went to the gym today twice.
She goes to the gym every day. She's one of those nuts. We're having a freaking... There's a tsunami coming. I go, "There's a tsunami coming. I got to get to the gym." I go, "Jesus Christ." They had the emergencies. You're not supposed to drive, anything like that. Gas shortage. She doesn't give a shit. "I'm going to the gym." I said, "You're the idiot that makes these people have to stay there. There's a blizzard going on. You think that guy at the gym doesn't want to... He wants to go home, but you got to do fucking push-ups or whatever the fuck you're doing over there."
Did someone say they have Genoa salami?
General Salami. Yeah, no, we're totally opposite.
Yeah.
She don't drink. I love to drink. She's like 90 pounds. I'm 900 pounds.
Opposites attract.
I guess so. She's definitely, she screwed up enough. Not enough to be a stripper, but enough to be with me. She's half my age. Should have been at our wedding.
Which half?
She was on her honeymoon. I was on spring break in my mind. We went to an all-inclusive resort in Antigua for 3 weeks. We were there longer than the help. I'll tell you that much. I gained like 13 pounds the first week there. Nothing fit except this orange bathing suit. So I looked like a traffic cone the whole rest of the time there. And you couldn't leave the resort because they'd kill you. So we stayed on the resort, and I just ate and drank. I swear to God, I couldn't fit in anything. They had a bar in the room. Every night I would drag everything into the courtyard and party all night. She's sleeping. I swear to God, in her mind, she's trying to do the right thing, and I am on spring break, and I don't give a shit. I'm like 40-something years, so I'm having a time of my life. I'm like, this is great. We should have. Our wedding pictures, me, her, and 3 black people I don't even know. That was one married us, the other 2 were witnesses. I don't even know if this shit's legal, to tell you the truth, but boy, was that a good time.
Now, I found Antigua to be pretty safe. This was a long time ago.
Long time, yeah. We were, as a matter of fact, I'm coming back home with her. We had to go through customs. The guy just looked at us and went, "Just come through. Just come." He goes, "I know that fucking look." He looked at me because of her. I go, I didn't even say anything. I just gave the guy a look. He's like, "Just go." We could have had heroin in every bag. He just went, "Just go. Just go." I know that look. I said, "This guy feels bad for me." And now we're happily separated.
In Steve Martin's book, he also tells a story about working at Disney World and seeing the same comic every single day, and that's what got him inspired.
Really?
Well, he played the banjo there.
He did play the banjo there, but not as a comedian or anything.
He was like one of the characters or something, wasn't he?
Well, he played many different roles. He started just selling maps. He started
Right.
as like 7 years old, and he stayed there a long time.
Boy, he's had a great career.
Yeah.
He had his album, man. But remember that with the arrow through
He
his
used
head?
to fill stadiums
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Was
Back
that walk
then.
like an Egyptian also?
Yeah. Oh, King Tut.
King Tut, King Tut.
Why'd you get so funky, funky Tut? He did. I'm a wild and crazy guy. He had the arrow in his head.
Yeah.
And he did the Cyrano movie.
Oh, that was a good movie. Every movie he was in was good.
Well, see, that's the thing. Once he went to movies, he left stand-up behind, and that was the great thing about his book. He didn't talk about that.
Eddie
time of
Murphy,
his
too.
life. It was just.
Well, I don't know if you've
his
noticed.
rise of.
Most comics, they use comedy, stand-up comedy, as a stepping stone.
Yeah,
to
nobody wants to
something
keep
else.
doing comedy. It sucks.
I don't.
Otto Peterson told me, he said, listen, you do the comedy to get to the TV. Once you get to TV and movies, fuck the comedy.
Yeah.
He goes, but that's what gets you to the next level. He goes, you have to do more things. You have to do radio, TV, anything. He goes, nobody's going to, you don't want to be traveling all over the world, country. You're
Yeah.
60 years old, you sleep in hotels, eating shitty food. I mean,
Right.
when you're 21, it's awesome. When I first started doing comedy, I'd go on the road. I'd stay in people's houses. I'd meet them at the shows.
Was that you?
Yeah, I'd have to. Sometimes I couldn't find a hotel to go get our shit. We'd be on the road for weeks. We sleep in a hotel one night. We're on somebody's couch at somebody's house.
Right.
Now I don't. I want to go home. I want to go home and I want to watch TV and I want to rub my feet. I
Just
don't.
click your heels together.
No, I don't. I don't find that. That wore off quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Ricky Gervais is the only one I know who had a show first, and then he was had to prove himself, and he does a bunch of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling his story.
No, I know. Now comedy is the new karaoke. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. When I started doing comedy, you did it because you had a mental problem. That's why you did it. All right, you had no choice.
It's no different now.
And no, I'm telling you, it's different now. Back then, I knew every Now, back then, when you told somebody you were a comic, they'll get the hell out of here. No way. Now, when you tell somebody you're a comic, they go, yeah, so it's my friend Ted and Joe and Frank and Joe. And I took a class, too, and I'm going to do my first mic next week. And, hey, can you come see me? Everybody's a fucking comic. And now they have the resolution comics.
Well,
That's what we call them, too.
You know what
What's
it
a
is?
resolution comic?
They start in January, and they're done by March. It's an ugly business, and the one that pisses me off too, and I shouldn't say it, is the people who are independently wealthy and they're bored. So they go, you know what? My husband has a job and he pays all the bills. I'm gonna get into comedy. Why not? Or some guy, I've done everything. I'm gonna do comedy. Or the people who are loitering. Loitering is the people that don't belong on stage and they're taking up space. I mean,
Hey,
there's
I'm
enough.
right here.
There's enough for everybody, I know, but it's just some of the people piss me off. I'm like,
No, there's too much.
I had to clean the fucking clubs for 1 5-minute spot a week. I had to work my way up to barking. I didn't even start barking. I had to work my way up to it by cleaning the club. And then when they thought I was ready for it, I would go out and bark. I barked for like 5
Don't
years
say
straight.
bark with Doug on the phone. He's got a thing for dogs.
And then I did the bringer shows, and then I produced my own shows. That's why when I see people having, just too lucky. I even broke Pete Davidson's balls when he first started. I said
Really?
he Mariah Carey's husband took him on the road. What's that guy's name?
Mr. Carey.
Mr. Junior. She adopted him or married him, whatever. He took Pete Davidson on the road. First, Craig Lloydgren was the one who's responsible for Davidson. He was the one who started bringing him around. Then Mariah Carey's husband met him, brought him on the road. He made like a ton of money, and he put it on Facebook, and I go, you motherfucker. I'm like the old disgruntled comic. I go, listen, Pete, it's always you son of a bitches doing it 6 months who fall into shit. Because they started with that guy code and girl code. So every comic under 30 years old, except Sherrod Smalls, he got a pass, and he was allowed to. But every comic was on that, and I'm like, they just made their careers, and I was disgruntled. And don't be that guy. There's enough for everyone. But I broke Davidson's balls. I said, he goes, who the fuck are you to say anything to me? I said, you're grounded, young man. And I fucking ripped him apart. And he's a great guy, and he's very talented, and he deserves what he got. And then we wound up doing a couple of shows at my cousin's place and hanging out with him. And I go, I got to break your balls, right? Because I'm the old school. And he's like, no, man, it's cool. Don't worry about it. What a nice kid. And he's very talented. And, man, does he get the shit beat out of him? Now I feel bad because everyone beats the shit out of him.
Yeah,
I'm like,
everybody loves
he's a
him.
great
Started a
guy.
yeah.
I go, he's a great guy, and everybody tries to beat the shit out of him, and he doesn't. He's good. He's
Like every
talented.
week on Saturday Night Live, he's apologizing for something.
He's great.
Right.
Well, that's good. That's how he gets to where he needs to be. He should apologize, but he's doing shit that they're getting. He just
I guess
R.
he's got a
Kelly.
sorry ass.
He did R. Kelly is the same as the Catholic Church, except one has better music. I mean, that thing with the Navy SEAL. You really think that guy got upset? That's a fucking combat Navy SEAL who lost an eye. You really think he got hurt feelings over that?
Hurt feelings. He got on TV.
I know,
TV.
but the guy couldn't give a shit less. Come on, the guy's a fucking hero. He's fighting the Taliban probably single-handedly. You think some kid, Pete Davidson, telling him a fucking joke about him is going to upset him? But it worked out great. I think what they should have done, besides having them on, when they came out, that they should have all had eye patches on when they did the shit live from Saturday night. They should all. I thought they were going to do that. I said they don't have the balls. They should have did that.
Right.
I see.
But believe me, I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot of comics go, a lot of comics come, a lot of comics go, a lot of bookers. We lost a lot of guys, real great guys. It's always the older guys that are passing away. It's not
Did
the
you
new
ever work
fucking
with Dennis
Ross, Patrice, Mikey D back in the day, Otto. Robin Williams hangs himself. If you're Robin Williams, you hang yourself after Popeye, not Miss Doubtfire. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. But
No, he had a debilitating disease.
we all do. Look at us here sitting at this table. We look like we're waiting for the donor to call us right now. I gotta leave. There's a liver. We were at
Call
Sweeney's.
1-800. The telethon's on now.
We were at Sweeney's Mike 2 Sundays ago. A guy started having chest pains. The ambulance came. I said, all right, pick out the guy. And they walked in, and they looked around. It could have been with 30 of us there. We all looked like we needed the ambulance. As I told the EMT, you pick us out. Which one is
You're
it?
supposed to be a professional.
Yeah.
He called for a bus.
Called for a butt. They took the kid. He got so scared he didn't want to go up the open mic. He faked a heart attack.
Shit. I was telling Doug earlier that I've always had a fear of choking on food because people would have to do hands across America to give me the Heimlich maneuver.
If they did give you the Heimlich maneuver,
Right.
it's hard to get people to help. Don't worry. Nobody wants to be sued.
Like the
You know when they
Hindenburg.
joust, right? That would work on you.
Yeah, well,
So you were talking about these comics who are like just bored. They're successful people. There was that movie with Bill Murray and Robert De Niro.
that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Mad Dog and Glory.
And what's her name? She's a great actress.
Yes.
She's a model. Is
The blonde. What's her name? She was in it.
must
That-
love dogs person.
Zazu Pitts.
No, what's the one? Was she in Kill Bill? Was that the one?
She was in Kill
Thurman?
Bill 1 and 2. Yeah, Uma Thurman. She was
Uma,
the
yeah.
rescued girlfriend. And Bill Murray would make everybody watch his stand-up. He was a mob boss.
That was a great movie. Yeah. He had some funny lines.
Yeah.
No,
Thurman
it's
Munson
Bill
was in
Murray.
the movie.
Thurman Munson. No, that was that's what's that? Bad Santa. That's one of the best movies I ever seen.
That was a good movie.
That was.
What are you, off your meds?
Are you fucking with me, kid?
A
Billy Bob
sandwich.
Thornton is great. And he left. He knew when to get out of that Angelina Jolie fucking. He got out of there.
Speaking of Craig Lloydgren, Jennifer just logged
Oh,
in.
she's the best.
Jennifer's listening right now.
Hey, Jen. That's the brains behind the Craig Lloydgren enterprise right there.
Right?
There you go.
No, he's pretty smart though. We did this great skit out in Staten Island. He made this astronaut uniform. Brilliant. He had a styrofoam and a suit from like the police evidence collector. It was amazing. We did a skit. He's very talented, Craig. Comedy
he
and
and I-
acting.
He and I are going to be performing together April 13th in Bayville, New Jersey, my hometown.
I just did that room. It's a barbecue joint.
Right.
Bill's Barbecue Shack.
Bill's Barbecue. What a
No
nice.
filter Paul. He's the...
It's a great room. The food's good. They treat you right, and it's an anything goes type of night. You don't have to, kiss ass and be whatever politically correct. You can go up there and just be yourself, which was great because the night before I had to be totally clean for 45 minutes. Then I went there. It was like my alter ego. Not that we got out of hand, but it's just you can relax and have fun.
Do we have a caller? Doug, are you
We have a
still
liver available. Which one of you wants it? Oh, I'll have mine with onions.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Is the guy from the Edge of the Universe still on?
Doug.
No, we had a caller before. He's from outer space.
The outer space man.
This is Petro from Romania.
Doug, put the phone up to the good ear.
Doug, let the hooker talk.
We should thank, Tom, we should thank our international listeners.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
I wanna thank Una for the lovely fruit basket.
Let's thank ISIS for listening. I think they're listening in Syria. We're on
in
channel.
In
No,
Italy, it's
seriously,
Italian
ask
ISIS.
Doc.
Yeah.
Ask Doc what countries are listening to you guys.
What countries are in tonight?
I'll tell you in a minute, sir.
Tom, the Red Brigade, right? They changed to Italian ISIS.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for black ISIS. They're very slippery.
Black ISIS matters.
They're slippery. Doug, you
So
still
nobody's
there?
listening to us?
Yes, we're getting the information now.
We got some collusion going on here. The Russians are listening.
Uh-oh.
All our viewers have to go
There's
through
no
Ellis
collusion.
Island to get this to our show.
Right now, Doug, you got people from South Africa listening.
They want to be rescued. They're trying to tag in. Please call us. Come get us.
You got Raymond, Washington. You have let's see, the Philippines is listening.
We got somebody on Riker. A couple of prisoners.
Puerto Rico, San Juan is listening.
Puerto Rico saying more towels. We need more bounty.
Brazil.
I noticed nobody gets upset with Venezuela like they did with Puerto Rico. They're like, fuck the Venezuelans. They're drinking puddle water. Yeah, that could be worse. They could be drinking Flint water from Michigan.
My brother lives in Brazil. It could be him.
My brother got a Brazilian.
That must have hurt.
Oh, what a nut.
Holy shit. What a coincidence. What do you think chicks talk about when they're getting a Brazilian? You know, guys would be like, hey, look at that thing. Look at that. Like, hey, this is the nicest one. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, how about the weather? Yeah, I know. It's all hanging out.
It's gonna be.
What do
warm
you,
next week.
anybody for tacos for lunch? Is that thing hungry?
Speaking of
That
how-
reminds
how's
me of a
donut?
comic we know who does an entire set about. He subscribed to a web service where he can watch
Johnny
people getting
Hollywood.
a Brazilian wax.
Would that be Johnny Hollywood?
It would be somebody we know.
He showed me shit on the computer that's
What does he
aged
do?
me. He knows every sick site. They have those chicks that do what do they call them, webcam or whatever that is.
Yeah.
He knows every kind of you ask him for a dirty Sanchez picture, he will show it to you. And
Yeah, I
he knows
know.
it all.
But
You
at the
told me
end,
about
Dougie.
Chatterbait.
Yeah, me
Dougie,
too.
you want my Brazilian wax passcode?
Hey, you could use my passcode. Just look at this. Look, don't pay for anything though. They want you to pay money. Don't give them any money. You don't have to pay money. They'll do it. Somebody else will pay, and then you just watch.
the Uncomfortably Funny podcast, at the end of every podcast, they do this. They go to a disgusting site that is a sponsor
That's
of
their
theirs.
Blue waffle. You ever see blue waffle or purple waffle? What is it? Blue waffle. Blue waffle. I think that's it.
Do you know the name of
Okay,
it?
people.
No. I was
Google-
on their show once. But
Google blue waffle. You'll see.
And you watched that. It was difficult to watch
Yeah.
some of this stuff.
Okay, this is family friendly.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be unfriendly to families, go see Dave Hodge at the Promote Your Podcast Comedy Show on March 24th.
I just worked with Hodge the other night. He was at the Bill's Barbecue.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I like Hodge.
You know who just said hello online here just now is Jack O'Halloran from Superman 1 and 2.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
He's listening.
Where?
He's watching.
Where is he,
Your
Jack?
career
On your
goes down.
page?
He's on I guess my Facebook Live.
Okay.
Oh,
those
'cause
were
My,
good.
we're
my
on-
watch party. I
Those were
guess.
good movies. Superman 1 and 2. No,
What did he play in Superman 1 and 2? What was... I'm
Was he
trying
one
to
of
see
the
his
bad guys?
face.
Wasn't he one of the
I'm
bad
hearing
guys?
feedback of.
Wasn't he one of the bad guys or something?
Yeah,
on
I believe so. Jack, if you're listening,
Yeah, text us.
what'd you play? And he'll answer.
I
right
think
here.
one of the bad guys.
What, Zorn?
He was the tall white hair.
Tall, yeah.
Oh,
Great
wow,
part. Great
yeah,
part.
That was
Great
part.
movie. Great part. Talented man.
Tough mother. He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still is.
Lex
I met
Luthor,
met him at Chiller.
ruler of Australia.
Yeah. I will. Why do you speak like this when you know I will kill you for it? Lex Luthor, you're gonna blow up Hackensack, New Jersey. My mother lives in Hackensack.
Right. Promise me you'll save her.
Promise me,
Promise.
and let me do this before I take it off. And she had those giant knockers, and she made out with. Now, if Superman had sex with you, he'd kill you probably. Once he shoots his load, you're dead. I've thought about this. I'll tell you what, man. It's funny because he was like the first superhero, and now it took this long to have the Black Panther. Could you imagine if Superman would have been the first black superhero? They would have never went for that. He's trying to save people. Everybody's shooting at him. He would have looked good in the uniform, though, but his giant dick would have been sticking out of it. But they would have been like, that's not working. He's going to fly away with the white women. This is not going to happen. That would have been the only superhero there ever was. There would have been no Batman, no Iron Man. They had a way to do that, you know?
Action Comics.
Action comic.
Wasn't Adventure another one of the comics?
What a difference between DC and Marvel, though, if you watch the movies.
Oh, I know.
I mean, even Aquaman, I had to go because every girl wanted to go to that, so I had to bring her to it.
Yeah.
And that was one of their better ones. And you're like, wow, it's still like it's the difference when you go to a concert to a festival.
Yeah.
Like when Marvel has a comic book movie, they have all kinds of, it's Iron Man, it's this guy, it's that guy. Somebody's gonna make appearance, Hulk, Thor, somebody.
Right.
DC, it's one fucking person.
Well,
That's
they
it.
did do Justice League.
That was pretty good.
good. Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Yeah, and Justice League was pretty good. But the other ones, even the Batman movies, they were
Batman
okay.
versus Well, what'd you think of that Christian? Batman Begins and
I liked
Joker. That Joker was great.
The Joker was great. I liked what's his name, Mr. Mom. What was his name?
Oh, Batman.
Yeah, from he was with Fonzie in the early days. Mr. Mom, yeah. There was the Japanese factory.
Yeah, Gung Ho. He did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Michael Keaton. I liked him the best.
He was in the Spider-Man.
Spider.
Right. He was the bad
That's
guy.
another thing too. You get to play one superhero. That's it.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I don't want to hear it. You get one fucking guy.
Did you
Captain
know-
America was also Human Torch. I'm sorry to interrupt. In Fantastic Four, I was watching some TV and it came on Fantastic Four. That was him.
Wasn't Ryan Reynolds also the Green Lantern or something?
My high school
Not sure.
girlfriend called me Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so you get one, and what's his name? The
And he was
Mrs.
Superman too.
J Lo's boyfriend,
Faster
Matt
than
Damon.
a speeding bullet.
That's the speed. Matt Damon got to be Daredevil, and he got to be Batman.
Man.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
one person.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the X-Men movies.
Were you?
Yeah, I played
You
4X.
and Caitlyn Jenner.
Wait, you stepped on this hilarious play. You were in X-Men movies?
Yeah, I played 4X.
For
I love that. This is a man who really got into his role.
Don't talk about my role.
well, who's the guy
don't put him
now?
on top of the hill.
It's a
Should I
mongelli
roll my
role.
stomach?
Now you got Deadpool. Deadpool's like the best
I
one.
love that.
That is.
Yeah, T.J. Miller. Boy, is his career going well. I saw you came over to.
So I'm imagining the four of you in spandex as some sort of superhero team together.
I'm the
You
Incredible
need to
Hulk.
name them.
Yes, we're called Curves.
Doug, 30 seconds ago, we had 42 people watching. We now have one.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
You paint Tom Green, he could be an Avenger.
I'm the Incredible
The
Bulk.
Chad. The
Tom
Chad.
Smash!
Yeah, I like that guy. The Hulk's the best one.
Yeah.
The Hulk's the best one.
I wasn't buying that. Who's the skinny guy that played the Hulk? He was in Rounders.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the first Hulk was that Australian actor. He
No
has
one's got it right really yet. Ed Norton, was that the one?
Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Kind of, but no one's got it right. Then they just made it a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I remember he wouldn't come out because Thanos kicked his ass in the beginning. So what's happening now? There's going to be a new movie in which Thanos is beaten, and it'll be Ant-Man and Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
I can't stand Ant-Man.
Uh-huh.
That was a horrible
And this
movie.
is-
Step on him.
Two of them.
And this is Comic Talk with Mongelli and Mac.
Oh, okay. He's putting us back on track.
Yeah.
Was that like from Opie and Anthony?
It's
Wait.
20 minutes on superheroes.
Well, those are comics.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Being a big guy, if you ever try to get one of those shirts for any of those, it's always some fucked up like third hitman or something. Who's that? Oh, he was in the Batman movie. Which guy was he? I don't know. Because all the fat kids that parents have money, they get all the good shirts as soon as they come out. I gotta settle for like the chick who had the bat in Suicide Squad, or so I got one of those shirts. Everybody's like, oh, that's Haley's. Is that
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley
You
Quinn.
have that shirt.
I know I have it. I got paid $5 for it. You know when I get great shirts? Halloween and Christmas, I get great shirts because the T-shirts come out and they're fat people T-shirts, and they look good for 2 days. I wear a Halloween shirt on Halloween or the day before. I look great. I wear it the next week. I look like I'm autistic. So you get like 2 days out of it, but. That's the only time you get good T-shirts being a fat person is during holidays.
I was on a cruise. And there was this really huge guy.
That was you?
Maybe like 18, 19 years old. He wore a T-shirt that said, "I pooped today."
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
And hopefully we won't crash into it with the boat.
That whole day.
Oh, you have one that says,
I guess that was a size regular.
they had a big fat guy, I had one, a kid, it said, I screw on the first date, or, shit like that.
By the way, that
I beat anorexia.
Oh yeah, that's my
another
favorite.
one.
That bullshit one size fits all.
Oh, go to Macy's. That's a XXX in what country, honey? Yeah. Well, there's a store that you might want to go to. I said, don't say it. She goes, no, there's a. I said, don't fucking say it. She goes, no, there's another. I said, you mean the fat man store? Well, you're kind of big. I said, oh, come on, lady.
That's the casual whale.
Yeah. Dress barn for men. I said, you're kidding. There's nothing in here that can fit me. Well, not your neck.
The only thing that fits me at Macy's is like socks and ties.
Is the Starbucks that's attached to it. But I had a credit card. I couldn't even use it. So there's nothing here for me.
Yeah, I have to shop at the Casual Whale. Everything costs twice as much.
Old Navy. And you know where big people go for clothes? Models. That's where you go.
Really?
You dress like a brother. You go to Models.
You know who has big and tall? J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney. I got
Or
that
in
kind
my
of
case,
money.
J.C. Penney.
Go to Marshall's, where you need a Marshall to go in the store. But I go
Let's
to
hope J.C. Penney sticks around.
yeah. I go to Models. They're XXX at XXX.
Gotta go to Moe's.
Gotta go to Moe's, and they have a rack of shit for like $5. You're like, all right, I'll wear this. I don't care.
Hey guys, there's 3 minutes left before we get off. Rich, you have any shows to plug? I heard everybody else.
Check me out at richcarucicomedy.com. I'm in the City Weekly, Greenwich Village Comedy Club, Broadway Comedy Club. I'll be hosting the Dark Horse Comedy Club on Murray Street in New York City. 2 shows the last Saturday of the month. Convetti's Comedy Club in Staten Island. I'm there next week.
Aren't you at the Grizzly Pear?
I don't do the Grizzly Pear anymore, but check me out. I got a lot of shows coming up. I'm booked all the way through till June. So if you go to my website, and I post it on Facebook all the time, so you know where I'm going to be. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rich Carucci, and richcaruccicomedy.com. I used to be richcarucci.com, and I didn't pay it in time, and some freaking Asian guy brought my site. So when you went there, it's all like skin cream and healing stuff. So it's richcarucci.com. Isn't even me. Can you believe that?
It's good stuff, though. I ordered it.
It is good stuff. You can actually get a wife, too. They send her, too, with the cream if you want. And she will, long time. But richcarucci.com. Check me out. This week I'm in New Orleans, but after that, and in June I'm doing a tour of Florida. I retired June 1st. The end of June, thank you. The end of June through July, I'll be touring all over, starting in Florida. We'll be going to Vegas. I also do the Law and Disorder tour with Mike Jenkins. He's the law. I'm the disorder. So we got a lot of stuff going on. You'll see me. I got skits coming out. I got all kinds of stuff happening.
All right.
You are Mr. Social Media.
Mr. Social Media, I try to be. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Unlike Rich, I'm booked through April, and my website is carl.sucks.
Carl.sucks.
Check it out.
Now, I want to mention, too, that Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max on this, what is it, the 4th Tuesday in April, we're having a comedy showcase.
Where?
Right here in the studio, possibly the new studio.
All right.
Yeah,
We could fit 4 people, so we're going to get 4 lucky winners, or 2 fat guys.
No,
So you.
No, we're having all the radio show hosts.
We're going to have to check the weight of the room, what it'll hold.
Especially in the next room over.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but we're having all the radio show hosts from Hamilton Radio who also happen to be comics, and they're going to be performing. So it'll be me and John Brecco, who was here
Yeah,
before
right.
us.
And Doug Max.
Doug Max, of course. Carlo
Yeah, thank
Valerio,
you.
Carlo.
Carlos here?
Greg Rapula.
Remember when he almost went to jail?
Will Paul be here too from Carlo's show?
Oh, I like Carlo.
Paul Veneer, right?
Oh,
Well,
the
just the
comedy
host.
tornado.
Just
Paul.
the
okay,
host
just
for
the host.
time reasons.
Yeah.
Now that's a nice
I
guy.
listen and watch Carlo's show because it's because of Gisela. That's why.
Gisela, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. So that's coming up, and like I said, we're going to be having soon. We haven't nailed down a date for Shemp Howard's granddaughters.
From California they're coming, huh?
Well, they're not coming. They're going to be
They'll dial
calling
in.
Oh, they're going to call in?
Yeah, yeah, and also coming up.
They were going to come, and then they saw the pictures of the guys on the show, and they said,
Yeah.
we ain't traveling to
Get
California
that.
for
We'll
that.
phone in.
Yeah, we'll phone in.
They dropped their.
You look like the Mount Rushmore of Sarah Lee.
But our next show, we're having John Harris,
The
who
Mount
happens.
Rushmore comedy.
Yeah.
John Harris happens to be a comedian, and also he promotes shows down in South Jersey, so he's going to be coming on the show.
Does he do that one in Little Egg Harbor? or whatever?
Yes, Leatherhead Pub.
How was that?
It was okay.
There used to be a place down there called the Something Casino, and it wasn't a casino in Little Egg Harbor. It was a liquor store.
Oh, really?
And it was a liquor store and bar. It was liquor store in the front, then you had to walk through the pool. Then there was a bar in the back, and I used to do comedy there. It was horrible. I go, when I first got booked for it, I go, finally a casino gig. Gee, why does it only pay $100 and it's so far? And then I get there, I go, that's not a casino. And I go inside, it's a fucking liquor store. They go, no, that's just what we call it, the casino. I'm like, oh my God, I'm all dressed up. I had high hopes. There was 3 people there to watch the show. I was like, oh, this is great. I finally made it.
So that's our show for this week.
This was a great show.
again,
Thanks
we're-
for
Yeah,
having me.
thank you.
I want to thank everyone who was here. Carl, and Jack Hoffman of J. Irwin Productions.
Yeah.
And Rich Carucci.
Thank you for having
the
us.
steamroller of comedy. Doug Max, remotely.
Hello.
I used to be the
Goodbye.
Cleveland steamer of comedy, but that left a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Ba-dum. And me, Tom Mongelli, the 14th biggest thing in comedy. Thanks for tuning in. This was Funny Talk with Mongelli and Max. Peace out.
Peace.